Welcome to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. My name is Spencer, and I'm one of your hosts on this podcast. And today, I'm joined by the other two members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen who have come here today to give you just good, wholesome internet content.
This is Brandon.
And of course, I am Jordan.
Oh, but wait! Today, we have with us a guest. We are joined by another melanated gentleman.
Hi, it's Jermaine. What up?
Yes, Jermaine, thank you for joining us. You have heard Jermaine's voice if you have listened to Gentlemen's Brieflies. You have also heard Jermaine on my podcast, and Jordan's going to tell you all about all of the other podcasts that we have. We're going to do introductions with Jermaine here in a minute. Before we do that, well, actually, no, let's do it now. Let's talk to Jermaine, and then we can handle business.
All right,
Like,
Jermaine. Yeah, you got it, Spencer.
Oh no, just tell us. What do you like? What do you do? Who are you? What are you into fandom wise? What are you what's tell us about Jermaine?
I mean, as of right now, I'm a man of everything. I watch movies, TV shows. Right now, I'm big on anime. Right now,
ah,
it's getting crazy. Me and the kids been watching that Kaiju number 8. Cold,
Hey.
cold.
Yeah, I've been reading that
Cold.
one for a while. I'm happy that one got animated.
Man, can't wait. But I know a little bit of everything about everything. You ask me something, I might know. I don't know. We'll see. But
I like it. I like it.
Okay. Well, um, we will get more into your life here in a little bit. Before we do that, Jordan is going to tell all of you where you can find us, where you can communicate with us, and where you can let us know how you feel about anything at all. Tell us what you're into, even.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and we are all at the League of Melanated Gentlemen. Uh, be sure and stop by on any of those social platforms. We really appreciate it. And just join in on the camaraderie that is us. Be sure and rate and review us on whatever streaming platform you use, whether it's Spotify or Apple or any other random one, honestly. Be sure and leave a review there. We always love and appreciate that as well. So that's everywhere we can find us. And of course, you don't just find us, you have to listen to us. And we have to tell you where and how, not where, but when you can listen to us. Of course, the main podcast drops on Monday, so hopefully you check us out day one. But if not,
Mm.
Monday is there. Monday is there. Of course, on Tuesdays we have LMG Presents Marvel Multiverse RPG. That is the Marvel role-playing game that myself and some others play. And it's a good time. It is a good time indeed. On Wednesdays, we have wrestling with Worldwide Willis. That is Brandon's wrestling podcast. He is tapped into the world of wrestling. Brandon, what's going on in the world right now?
And we're getting ready for Clash at the Castle in Scotland. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. You know what I mean? We got some big things coming. AJ Styles versus Cody. You know what I mean? It's gonna be overseas, so it's always great. So coming this Saturday.
Nice, nice. And then, of course, we have DC animation with Spencer and friends. Spencer has a lot of friends, and he and his friends are going through the world of DC animation. So, Spencer, do you know what movies coming up?
Brandon and I just reviewed Constantine City of Demons.
Ooh, that was a good
Hmm.
one.
And next week, we will be reviewing Reign of the Supermen.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure that was the most recent one I watched was the Constantine one, City of
Yeah.
Demons.
There are two Constantine ones, so there's one that's more recent than that one, House of Mystery.
Okay, I have not seen that one. That wasn't the last one I watched. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I watched City of Demons. Or did I?
Okay.
Yeah, this latest one, this was the first time I saw it. I thought I had saw it before, but I hadn't.
Well, if you join me on this journey, you won't have to
Yeah.
worry about it because
That's right.
you'll see it. You'll see all of them. So just bring it in. Come on.
There you
The
go.
friends are welcome.
Yeah, Spencer got a lot of friends. So yeah, that's our entire schedule. And of course there's some gentlemen brieflies off in there, but that is our entire schedule.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so I'm sure that you knew by the title, but everyone in the room is a father.
Father.
And we did have Father's Day not too long ago. And so we wanted to just dedicate this episode to the fact that we had Father's Day not too long ago. Now, of course, it was a week ago, about a week ago, but
Hey,
that's
Yeah.
Hey.
I can't help it. Anytime
You
somebody
can't do
says it,
that on
I'm
this
gonna hit
podcast.
that button. Yeah.
You ain't got a choice.
But yeah, um, you know, we're all a lot of things, but we are all fathers here. And so we're just gonna talk about it. Just dedicate some time to that. So, Jordan, what do you have for us?
yeah, so like Spencer mentioned, the premise of the episode, one thing that kind of ties us all together is that we are all fathers and we're all black. And I feel like sometimes, black fathers don't always get to speak on just being a parent, like just how it is to be a parent. Society kind of views us as, people who, leave out on their kids. And so we are just here to show you that that is not true. And we are here to talk about some of our experiences. And this is kind of the second time that we've done this. If you like to listen to the first one that we did about 2 years ago, but I mean, hey, a lot of things have happened in our lives since then. So I felt that if it was right to, kind of visit, fatherhood again. Um, so before we start, I mean, Spencer, how old is your son now?
He's 30.
Brennan, how old is your daughter now?
She's 7. She's about to be 8.
And my oldest is 9, and my youngest is 5. One visitor that not visitor, but our friend Jermaine. Jermaine, this is kind of your ISO. Tell me about your life. How many kids do you have? Boys or girls? Ages? What we got?
I got 4 kids. I got 4 kids. I got 2 boys and 2 girls. It goes from 15, 14, 9, and 7. But my 7-year-old will turn 8 in December. Yeah, in
Nice.
December.
Okay.
Shout out to you for getting all that right. I know some dads be like, you know what I mean, be a year off or something.
Bruh, see, it's a difference from being in the life. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah,
difference
no,
between in the life and then
Facts.
seeing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's very true. It's like some dads, like you ask them, oh, what shoe size or what size your kid wearing? They're like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, if you're in the life every day, like that's something you got to know.
Yeah, facts.
So, um, okay. So the how we're gonna do this episode is each of us came with we have 5 questions, and we're kind of just gonna just talk about the questions. We'll kind of go around in a circle. I'll start it off, then we'll go Spencer, Brandon, then Jermaine. That's just kind of how I see it on my screen. I mean, I guess we'll just talk about our experiences as a father. So open it up. My first question is, what has been the scariest moment so far as a parent? Spencer, go ahead and start.
Um, there was honestly, yeah, I don't know if I've had, thankfully, I haven't had very many scary moments. There have been like a couple of like when he was a baby, like we had to take a trip to the hospital because we weren't sure.
Right.
Um, but nothing too terribly scary. Um,
Yeah,
beyond those like because every time we did have to take him to the hospital, like it was nothing serious. Like everything was mostly fine. Um, so I don't know if yet I've had anything genuinely terrifying.
yeah. And it could just be like a small scare. So, and I mean, of course, you got to take to the emergency room or anything. That's like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I know that we've I mean there was one time we were at the children's hospital and uh my boy was dehydrated and they were trying to draw blood and couldn't.
oh
And
man,
Damn.
it was an issue.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like to the point where I was like, do not poke my son again.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have a problem.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Right.
So Yeah. Oh, I lied. I know exactly what it was. The baby formula shortage.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it
That
was.
was yeah, that was a big deal.
Whenever they said that there were poisoned cases of formula, I had that shit in my house.
Yeah.
I had to take a couple cases of formula back to Costco because it got recalled.
Hmm.
And I luckily my son was at 11 months, and so we only needed a month worth to get him to like solid food.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And my dad had bought some formula like when he was first born that we just kind of kept like for just in case.
Hmm.
And so yeah, that baby formula shortage that rubbed me the wrong way. Like I was not okay when that happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that I had potentially poisoned formula in my house that was for my son was an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shortage was crazy. Like I remember, shout out to Tanner. Like I remember he was telling me like how much trouble he was having. I literally just happened to be at Walmart and like he sent me like a picture of the exact one that like he needed. And I sent the picture to him, bro. He was there within like 10 minutes. I was like that serious. I was like, I can buy it for you if you need to right now. Cause like it was like the last one on the shelf. I was like, I felt
Mm.
so bad for like people who have small kids, like during the pandemic, trying to find formula.
Right.
Same.
So
Dark times.
yeah, for real. Brandon, what about you? What's the kind of the scariest moment you have so far?
Man, so my daughter has a peanut allergy. So those are always a little scary, you know what I mean? Especially when they're younger, you don't know how sensitive it is. And so one time she was probably 1.5. I was at work and we had told the daycare lady, like, hey, she has an allergy. Like she was like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. And one random day she accidentally gave her like those peanut butter, crackers or whatever, like
Yeah.
with the little cheese in them. Gave it to her and she was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, but her eyes are swelling up. And I was like, oh no, like I booked it. Like that was one of the scariest drives, bro. Like booked it, picked her up, like booked it to emergency care downtown and like it felt like we were sitting in that like lobby for hours, felt like. And like the whole time, like she's fine, but in my head I'm going like this could turn at any moment, right? Like allergies are weird that way, right? It could swell her throat could swell up, whatever. And so yeah, that was the scariest moment. Like just not knowing what's gonna happen. She's obviously her face was all puffed up and stuff. So it was
Like Will
like,
Smith from Hitch, huh?
yeah, basically, bro. Like, but she's still herself. She's still
She had that
Yeah.
smiling.
invincible
She's
eye.
still, yeah,
That invincible eye.
yeah, bro. She had a knot on that thing. Yeah. So like, but she's still smiling, playing. She's like, "Can I go play?" I'm like, "No, like, like no, you don't understand the seriousness." But no, that was probably the scariest moment for sure.
Jermaine, what about you?
To be honest, I really can't think of a scary, but for me personally, anytime my kids got to go to the hospital,
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
I don't mess with hospitals. I had a panic attack when I had to go, and now they got to go, and now they got to get surgery. Oh, dog, so they got to go to sleep. You got to put no,
yeah,
no, no, no. Like anything like that being put to sleep. Only thing, the first thing I think of is animals. Like what if my son don't wake up? What if my
right,
daughter don't wake up? I
Yeah.
don't
yeah,
know. Like it puts me in great panic every time. Can't
yeah,
do it. Thinking about it's getting goosebumps. Oh man.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I had a
I get
panic
that.
attack when I had to go myself.
yeah,
Do not no, mess with hospitals. Got a good doctor though, but don't mess with hospitals. They be playing.
Yeah, I definitely get that. For me, my youngest one, she was like 2, and we had like the big old standing mirror, and she hit the mirror, and it fell directly on her, but it fell like directly on her foot. And me and my wife was like, she was crying and everything, and we was like, dang, like okay, we didn't think nothing about it. It was like, oh, I hope you do good. Then like the next day and a half go by, and her foot is like swole and purple. And we like, yo, like what happened? And
yeah.
so we knew it, and like she's still running on it, playing on it like it was normal. So we
Hmm.
ended up like taking her to like the children's hospital as well. And it was like, yeah, she broke her foot. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Like
Yeah,
I was like, we literally let her be playing on this thing. She's not limping or anything.
Damn.
And she broke her foot. I'm like, how are you 2 years old? You already broke your foot. But I guess luckily for kids, and that was a scary movie for us because that was like our first time. Like we went to the hospital like outside of being sick or anything.
Right.
And then so that was like, and kids, I guess their bones heal real fast. So
Right.
she was literally like in a walking boot, and it took like a month, maybe a month, no, probably like a month, and she was like back to normal.
I was like, their
Hmm.
bones aren't fused together yet, so that's
That's
just
exactly what the doctor
Right.
said.
yeah, like
Still
Yeah.
growing.
bones just in there loose. So
Yeah,
that's why she was able to run on it.
I'm like,
Yeah, I
yeah.
just said that makes sense.
When it happened, we're just like, how are you able to still like run and play and jump and stuff? I mean, like, oh, and the thing was like the hardest part was they told her like the first 2 weeks is okay, you can't let her run or jump on it. How you gonna tell a 2-year-old they can't run or jump on it?
Yeah, facts.
So that was the hard time trying to tell her to sit down somewhere. She had a little boot on. It was kind of cute though. She had a little boot on.
It's funny.
But all right, Spencer, what's your question?
What is something that either before you were a parent or like in the early days you said you would not do and you absolutely did?
Ooh.
It's a good one.
Because it's real easy to say, "Oh, I would never do
Bro.
that if I was a parent," and then you live it, and it's like, "Oh, it's different."
I'll go first. Honestly, it's the tablet. It's the tablet, man. Like,
Oh yeah, the screen time.
yeah, screen time. I was like, oh, absolutely not. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, hard line. There's no tablets, and thankfully we kind of held fast to like when we go out to eat. There's no tablet around. Like we don't, you know what I mean. We mainly do it to, like if we have to, or if I feel like if I bring her to a basketball game of mine, I'll give her a tablet because I'm like, you don't want to watch this. It's fine, but like she didn't have to have it to function. But I definitely was like, oh yeah, no screen time. No, we're not doing this. You're only watching this. You're only doing it. Now, bro, hey man, live your best life, bro.
Yeah, here you go.
Do your thing, fam. Like, hey, is it bad? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it age appropriate? Okay, cool. I'm gonna give you my login password. Do your thing. You know? But that was definitely a hill I was ready to die on. And I realized quickly it's not gonna work.
I would probably say for me that would have been mine. I agree. But if I had to pick a different one, I would probably be like not, I guess not popping my kid in the store. Like
Mm,
the kids sometimes in the store they be want to act crazy, and I'd be like,
yeah,
"Oh, yeah, I'm about to take you. We about to go to the bathroom right quick. Like I'm
yeah,
about to take you somewhere. I'm about to pop you." So like sometimes I can get it off, and the other time I just got to give it a look like, man, I'm about to f you up. So like before it's like you see kids crying and stuff in the store, like they can't control their kids,
yeah,
and then you have kids like, oh, okay, I get it. You can't do nothing.
You realize it's not the parent
I,
Right.
yeah.
I will take my shoe
sometimes.
off anywhere. Oh, don't! I'm telling you, I will take my shoe off anywhere, no matter what shoe I'm wearing. I will take that shoe off. Keep playing with me because they know I will.
It's funny.
For me, I think it was related to food. And I'm this way now, but when he was
Okay.
younger, I was softer. Like I was always of the like I'm gonna put food in front of him, and if he don't eat it, he gonna be hungry.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me too. That's me now too.
I'm
Yeah.
that way
100%.
now, but yeah, like like early when he just wouldn't eat, I was like, well, you have to eat or I go to jail. So I'm gonna have to give you some goddamn cookies or something. Like you need to eat.
Right.
And so, I'd sometimes he'd be like, I want corn dogs. And I'd be like, no, we're not getting corn dogs. Here's some chicken. He'd be like, I'm not hungry, but I will take some corn dogs. And I'm like, or just cheese balls, whatever. And so
Right.
there were a couple times I'd be like, well, I can't let him go to bed hungry. And so I'd give him something that he would eat. But yeah, now you gonna eat that plate or you gonna be hungry?
Yeah.
Like it took me a minute, but I did get there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
initially I was like, I would never acquiesce in that situation. I did for a minute, but
Yeah.
and I discussed it with my wife. I was like, how old does he need to be for me to say to him, you can eat or be hungry? Like, at what
Yeah.
point is that not abuse?
That's
It's
a good
never an
question.
abuse.
I think I've just decided here we are.
Yeah.
No, but for me, it's eating in the car.
Oh
I
man.
didn't like that. Did not
Yeah.
like that. But then as the years went on, somehow we on a long trip, somebody hungry. I ain't stopping. All right. Oh, we
Yeah.
hungry. Now I gotta stop. Now they eating in the car. Now I got chocolate milk spilled in the back seat. I
Yeah.
got I got fries
Oh,
underneath the
Bro.
front seat. I,
Bro.
bruh.
I got chip crumbs on chip crumbs in the door handle, paper wrappers. I'm like,
I'm pretty
y'all gonna
sure
get it.
in my wife's door
Oh,
handle right now, there is like a full little bag's worth of Cheez-Its just in there.
bro, I got Cheetos in mine right now.
Yeah, I'll be having to tell people like, man, I'm sorry. Let me swipe this out right quick. Like, save kids.
Bro. You get a handful of
I
just
got four of them.
debris.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, bro. And don't let you dump out that car seat, bro. You dump that car seat out, you're gonna find everything
Oh,
in that thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro.
it sound like one of them. What is it? A Plinko machine or whatever. Just everything just
Yeah.
falling out. I'm like, oh my god. Why is this wet? Why is this baby wipe still in here? Why is it wet? It's been in here for a couple days. Why is it wet?
Bro,
Like, where did you get this
the
from?
nastiest thing though is when they find like an old fry and then they just eat it. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, man. You don't even know how long that's
Oh
been
And
in
no.
be
there.
thinking it's a delicacy. Just
Yeah, good. You crazy?
I'm like,
Yeah,
how you find a soggy animal cracker? Like, where was that?
no.
Why
Right.
is it partially melted? And why are you eating it?
All right, like, how come you can't get the food in your mouth? Why is it all over my seat?
Right.
Why?
That's funny, man.
Looking like you done murdered the chocolate bunny. Like, what is that? Why?
Yeah. All right, Brandon, what you got?
uh so I guess my question is like, what are y'all's like non-negotiables? Like what are y'all in parenting, like what are y'all non-negotiables? So like for me, for example, like some stuff I'll let slide. Some stuff I'll let you write. Like with Cam, like I'll let her talk. Like some stuff she say that I would have got backslapped if I would say it. Or a certain
Oh,
tone she get, I would have got I would have got like
It would have been over.
HBK super kicked if I would have said that. But I let her do her thing. But the thing I don't play with is like attitude and like being grateful. Like if she don't say thank you or seems like she didn't appreciate something, like I flip out on her. So like, what are y'all's like non-negotiables? I guess.
uh, for me, it's because I don't drink, me or my wife, like we don't drink pop or like soda. So it's
Mm,
like you don't when you're around us, you're not getting pop. Like you're not getting soda and you're not getting we don't get them candy either. So like you're not getting none of that stuff when you're around us. Now if
mm,
your grandma come over or if we at church, like
mm.
they probably give you some candy, but like other than that, like we don't really mess with that like that. So like for me, that's like non-negotiable. Like sometimes even now, like my mom or my mother-in-law might try to get them to pop. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that.
Right. Makes sense.
I think this is more like the age where we are now, but
Hmm.
there was one time my wife told him to do something and he just said no.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like a whole phase.
I have never snatched him up so quick. And what I wanted, I didn't say this, but I wanted to say, who the fuck is you talking? I didn't uh because it was in front of company. We were at
Oh,
her mom's house and everybody was over.
gotcha.
And so I think he may have been showing out because there was company.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
But and I don't even remember what she told him to do. I just heard him say no. And her mom saw me get up and she moved out the way.
yeah. Yeah, all hell.
But yeah, I think just like blatant defiance, we're not
Yeah,
doing. Like you got me confused with some goddamn body.
Yeah.
Now, and we are at an age where like we will have to repeat ourselves or
yeah,
say it more than once, but like
That don't stop.
yeah, but like oh no,
yeah.
we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel you on that. 100%.
Mine is kind of the same, except any type of disrespect towards my wife. Like,
Mm, yeah,
do you think you're talking to? Don't
Right.
let me hear no crazy stuff. Oh, I don't know. I remember one time I was on the phone. They didn't know I was on the phone, so we just having a conversation, and I think it was my two youngest. They were just going at it, and then all of a sudden they just got real disrespectful, and then she got trying to calm the situation, and then somehow they started being disrespectful to her. I ain't never got home so quick. Like I'm on my way, huh? I'm on my way. I must have kicked it. I must have kicked open that door like they had warrants, bruh. Not even playing. I don't like that. And plus I don't like disrespect anyway. Like that's
Right.
I'm always showing you respect. The only time I'm not showing you respect is when I tried it and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And now I'm being disrespectful
Right.
because I will always start out being nice, doing it the better way, I should say. But then once it didn't work, now I'm on 10. And you're
Right.
about to push me to an 11. You know, like no, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Especially not for someone who give you everything. Because you ask me, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you no.
Yeah. It's tough. It's like you want to provide a better life than you have for your kids. But like at some point, you're like, yo, the
Mm-hmm.
disrespect, like we ain't gonna have that. I literally try to give you everything I got.
Man.
Everything. Not knowing I'm going paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I didn't have money for them shoes, but guess what? If you don't get the shoes, you don't get to play. So guess what? I got you the shoes. But
Right.
now here you are yelling at me about something else. Oh
Yeah.
no. Give me my shoes
Right.
back.
Give me one shoe back. You had the other shoe. Give me one shoe back.
Right.
Okay. Jermaine, what you got?
So Brandon had said something earlier about tablets. So how do you feel about like kids and technology? Like for me, I'm gonna be real. I luckily let my kids watch almost whatever, unless it's like to an extent. Like I
Hmm.
walked in on my youngest son, again, he 7, watching Deadpool, and I was like, I don't think you. I think that's the one you shouldn't be watching.
Right. Yeah.
But he watched The Purge the other day, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I like, I don't know. My kids got a lot of freedom. They got a lot, and they don't realize how much freedom they really got.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. No,
I
I mean, it's legit. I mean, I I always feel like, especially with the jobs we had working in tech and stuff, I'm like, I feel like it's my job to like equip them, especially like with the schools they in now. Like they be handed tablets when they walk in the door. They, you know what I mean? So it's like they got,
Yeah.
yeah, they got to be prepared for this. You can't, shade, hide it from them. So I'm all for it as long as it's like educational or just not harming them. I'm all for it. Like I'm all for it.
I am I think I'm one of those parents who like because all of the experts say that screen time is bad, I feel guilty for the amount of screen time he gets, but also I'm like, nah, we gonna watch Number Blocks real quick.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what it's gonna be because I have shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Or that's just what he wants to do. And so
Right.
I depending on who you ask, there may be too much screen time, but like honestly, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um where when I feel bad is whenever like I almost can't get his attention because he's locked into a show.
That's
Yeah.
mine now.
He's
That's
locked
my
into
kids
something.
now. Yeah.
And if I
See,
turn that TV off,
I
there's a
can't be
fit.
mad.
Hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't know how parents did it before there were screens.
I mean, my mom just sent me outside. I was like, good luck.
Yeah. I will say
Right.
we
I
were a
was
little more.
an outside kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing too. Like, so I'm at a point it's like, okay, I want my kids to go outside, but I got two girls. I don't want them going in the front yard. You can go in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's like I want to protect them. Like my mom just let me roam the streets. Mom had no idea
Bro.
where I was.
Wow.
And
I was doing the
yeah,
same thing.
no, I'm saying no
Yep.
idea. So now it's like, and maybe it's different because we have access to technology. So like we see a lot of stuff that happens. And I'm just like, nah, y'all go in the backyard, but let me make sure I can see y'all. But
Yeah.
y'all ain't going in that front yard by yourself. So I'm gonna go out there with y'all.
Thanks.
Uh,
See, I let my kids go outside by themselves.
Oh yeah, I can't. No, I can't live. I
I don't
can't.
know
I do.
how
I'm not there
I
old.
love
yet.
front yard, backyard. And here's my thing: if I can't see you, that means you can't see me, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to see me at all times. If I come out that door and I say your name, I want to hear a huh and a very good air shot. If I can't do that, the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how old my son will be before I'm okay with him being in the front yard by himself. Like I don't know at what age that's going to happen.
See, and I wonder if it's different because like me and Brenna have girls. Like there's boys in my neighborhood. I see them outside shooting basketball all the time. But it's like for me, it's like I don't want my girls just sitting out there.
Same.
And
I,
I
So,
get that.
yeah,
yeah, I had
But
that
that's the
thing
thing.
locked and loaded if I
I
did.
know,
Like,
I know.
Right.
But as far as like the technology thing for me is like we have our stuff like locked down, like the child locks and stuff. Like if they're gonna get on YouTube, regular YouTube, like we have to be there with them. If they want to get on kids YouTube, like I'm good with that. I have that locked down to where they can't watch nothing above
same.
the age rating of like 10, just because I have an older one. Um, I don't really listen to rap music around my kids, just because I'm at the age
Same.
now. It's like I don't want them listening to that. I try not to cuss around my kids. My daughter still thinks like she literally. I gotta try not to be too loud just in case she not sleep. But she came home thinking the word "fluck" was the bad word. And my wife's like, "That ain't the bad word. You didn't say it right." Well, then she's like, "Well, how do you say it?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna tell you how you say it, but just know what you just said is not a word." So
Right.
it's like she's at the point where she's almost learning cuss words, but she don't quite know them yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If
we
she,
got
if
we kind
she's
of locked down
9, she'll learn
everything.
them in school, unfortunately.
Right. Well, that's the thing. That's honestly, this was maybe a month ago, month and a half ago. We were out to dinner with another family, and after we left dinner, my daughter, my oldest one, was like, "Dad, what is sex?" And I was like, "Wait,
Mm.
where'd you just learn that from?" And she's like,
Right.
"Oh, she's like, oh, such and such said it." And I was like, "Well, sex is you can either be a male or female." I was like, you can either be a boy or a girl.
I like how you did that. I like how you
Right.
spun that.
I was like, "Oh, okay,
Cold.
you can either
Hey,
be a boy
that's
or
a
a
cold
girl."
daddy move.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, "That's all you need to know about it right now." And she's like, "Well, why is it a bad word?" I was like, "Well, the word has two meanings, but the one that you care about the most is if you're a boy or a girl." And she's like, "Okay," and she left it at that. So just trying to
Well, that's good.
navigate that one. That was pretty slick though.
Hey, that was great. Hey, I'm gonna be real. That was great because I wouldn't have thought of that. I was like, something you don't need to know, and left it at
Yeah, I'd have been like, mind your business.
So
Yeah.
you have not had the talk yet.
No, no, not at all.
that. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Yeah, I'm like, you
I
got
don't want
teenagers,
to.
Jermaine. That's a little different.
Yeah. Oh, it's close. I mean, technically, it's there, but
Yeah, I would say
not
that's
really because they both little weirdos, in my opinion. But that's just they know I call them weirdos and losers. That's just our little thing. But they weird. They weird.
that's
Gotcha.
funny.
Okay. My next question might be a little controversial. Mind you, my wife helped me with this one. I just want to throw that out there to the people. Okay. Should single mothers celebrate Father's Day?
No.
No.
Nope. No.
I I
No,
agree.
because it defeats the purpose. It defeats the
And
purpose.
single fathers shouldn't celebrate Mother's Day.
Right. Which I don't
Facts.
know anybody who do, but I
Exactly.
will say I'll be on social media as soon as
Oh,
The
Father's Day
point.
come. Yep.
That's the point. That's the point.
yeah.
Because you don't see any father on Mother's Day saying, I'm a single mother. No.
Yeah, right.
No. Whether he taking care of his kids or not, no man is out there really saying that.
Right.
No,
But
this
as soon as Father's
no,
Day
I don't
come
believe in
around, some
that.
of the single mothers will be like,
And
I'm the dad.
some people be mad or whatever. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah. So no.
You
There's
have a
Mm-mm.
day.
roles.
I know
Yeah.
y'all heard that song. You're a
Yeah.
single mom.
Um,
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
No,
There you go.
that's not.
okay.
It's
It's
not a
not
good move. I've
controversial at
always
all.
been annoyed.
I agree. Like I'd be annoyed as hell, but every year it
Yeah, it's
happens.
controversial for them.
Right.
Yeah.
For the single mothers, it's controversial.
Yeah. And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with being
It's
a single mother. Let me throw that out there. I was raised by a single mother. There's nothing wrong with it,
it's
but
Same.
it's
it's
not
not.
Father's Day.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I just feel like some of them don't understand like how it's not disrespectful in that way. I don't know if they always mean it that way. Like a lot of them are like sometimes being petty towards the man they
Yeah.
had the
Yes.
child with, and he ain't doing
I
his
think
part or something.
that's usually what it is, because I
Yeah,
think that I have only seen it, and I'm just gonna call it what it is. Um, I have only seen that uh done by people who are bitter,
yeah,
Yeah.
and perhaps rightfully so. Like
yeah.
maybe he ain't shit, but the
Still
thing
not your day.
is, all of the women that I've seen that are like not like really bothered or worried about it don't do that stuff.
Same.
They're all
Yeah,
of the single mothers who are like, I'm a single mother and that's what it is, and I'm
right,
not worried about that man. Like, they
right.
celebrate Mother's Day.
Thanks.
So
Yeah, most of the sound women I know that are single mothers, they don't even participate in that. Like they understand, like it doesn't lessen their importance by not
Right.
claiming to be a father. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sure.
Good
No, that's a
All right.
point.
legit question though.
Spencer, what you got?
um Kind of to the question earlier, and for most of us it'll be hypothetical. um because my first question was, what is something you said you wouldn't do that you ended up doing, or vice versa? So how do you think you are going to be when it comes to your child dating?
My wife asks me this all the time.
Like,
Um,
how do you think you're going to be? Because we're not there yet, so
Well,
we don't really
Jermaine,
know.
I,
Jermaine,
Jermaine is
I'm
there.
already there. I'm
Yeah,
Jermaine
Jermaine,
is
let
already
there.
you
there.
rock,
So
man.
yeah, go ahead and start that
look,
one, Jermaine.
so look, I took them all to the movies. I paid for it. They had money, but I paid for their ticket and everything. So
Mm.
after the movie, as I'm about to take them home, I tell them, "Hey, I want you to remember, you owe me $12.99 when you get a chance. All right,
He's like, I'm gonna need
I'm,
that back.
I'm gonna need that back. Give me my $12.99 back, and we will always be good." So I'm gonna tell you now. As soon as I see you, I'm gonna remind you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need my $12.99. You know?
bro. I thought you was
So
about to be like imparting some wisdom on him. He's like, God, you run me my
no, I
money.
want my money. I would like my money back, please. Please
uh,
and thank you. Just look at and
That's
asking for
funny.
interest like they do in the real world, okay?
That
I
is
ain't gonna lie.
funny,
I
bro.
thought he was about to cook there for a minute too.
Yeah, I thought he was about to be
Same.
like, "Hey, man, listen, hey, when you're at this age, blah blah blah." My man said, "No, run me my $12.99."
Hey, I'm a man
Uh,
of principle. I don't play about my money.
I need my receipt.
hilarious.
And that's the thing. He started with, they had their own money, but I, out of the kindness of
Yeah, out of
my
the
heart,
kindness of my heart. Oh
decided to
man,
sponsor their date. And it's like, no, you broke ass niggas need to give me my money next time I
Please.
see you.
I'm about to flex on y'all one time, and then I'm ask for my money.
That is
I'm gonna let
wild.
I don't care if y'all 15. Where's my money?
right. You
This
had
is real
money to
life.
go. I could have made you pay, but I did not. I'm
You
gonna
waiting
let you
outside
keep
after
your
fifth
money,
hour,
but
like,
just
yo,
remember, right? You go on
Uh,
another one. Remember, you own your
yeah,
own because you still owe me $12.99.
that's funny, man.
But no, all in all, it was pretty good though. They went and seen the watches, and that's when me and my wife we went and watched Bad Boys.
That's what's up, man.
So
so wait, do you let your kids like bring their we'll say significant other, just for lack of a better word, but do you let them bring their significant other to the house or anything?
no, none of them has been to the house, but this is like real early. Like
Okay.
early, it's still early. So I just thought it was funny that they even had a date because for one, which is crazy because my son he tall, right? He tall, got long black hair. Black girls love him. They love him, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it just cracks me up because he could definitely be doing more, but he not because I feel like he don't care, which is just also funny too.
Yeah,
Like he was supposed to ask out this girl to go to the ball. He was like, "Wow, everybody going."
So he could be cleaning up out here, but he just like, I don't even care.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's the kid that get
Exactly.
girls. Though. The dude that like act like he don't care, like nonchalant. Those are the girls. Girls go
And
for
he
that dude.
is so nonchalant,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Uh, like I said, my wife literally asks me this question all the time. I'm like, I honestly do not know how I'm going to be. Like, I would love to be like, she ain't having no boyfriend till she's 28. But it's just like it's one of those things. Like I know she's gonna start dating one day. I don't know. I don't know. I really can't answer. Like I don't know how I'm gonna feel. Like I'm gonna feel some type of way. One, I'm like, bro, that's my little girl. I don't want to be no. I don't want to threaten nobody kid. But I'm just like, come on, man.
Do you have, because I know that there are some parents who are like, no dating until. Do you have that?
I feel like
Or
that's for me personally, and me and my wife we talked about it before. That's kind of dumb to say because if you be that way, they're just gonna hide it from you.
yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
only thing that's going. So like we would rather you be open with us and we be open with you. That way we can communicate. Okay, sometimes all these boys ain't good. This is what they want,
Yeah.
and that's for me that's better to have that communication versus you trying to sneak around and hide it.
Yeah. That makes sense. I
Middle school.
mean,
I
yeah.
think middle school is around that time when
Yeah.
it really kind of starts to be
Yeah,
more. You're more aware because from elementary, what I'm saying, it's just I like you. You know what I'm
Yeah, it's a
saying?
little
Like,
right.
cute. Yeah.
but then what I'm saying, middle school is the evolution, and then high
Yeah.
school, oh my God, you just gotta pray.
Yeah, because middle school is, yeah, when your body starts wanting things.
I would say that's
Yeah.
when I sixth grade. I remember that's when I started caring about girls. Sixth grade. I
Mhm.
don't know what I was doing in life before that, but sixth grade hit, and I was like, bro, I need a girl.
That
Yeah,
happens.
I mean, I'm similar though. Like in my head, like 12, 13, like middle school, yeah, in my head. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be a mix of bad boys, the way they approach Reggie. I feel like I'm gonna be that, but also like my dad was like similar to you, Jermaine. Like my dad was like that. Like my dad would take us to the movies with our date. He wait outside, you know what I mean? Like we go to the movies, take a little then we go, he drop her off. Like it was real like respectful, like and it was real like transparent. But also
Mhm.
it was us. We was dudes. And it was a girl like he could be very lax about it. Whereas with me, I'm gonna be like, hey my nigga, like, hey Cam,
Yeah.
go ahead and hop out the car real quick. We're gonna run a lap. We're gonna run a lap real quick.
You gonna
Let's
do
hit the
the
block real quick.
you gonna do the
Yeah.
Michael Keaton in Spider-Man?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hit a lap real quick. Whatever's said in that lap is between me and him. But he's gonna understand that hey, there's a responsibility here, So I feel like I'm gonna be a mix in between, but I'm gonna try and like George said, like the harder you go about it, the worse it's gonna be for you. Like they're gonna hide stuff from you. So yeah, I'm trying to be in between on that.
I will say, um, on the opposite side of things, I'm worried about somebody's father trying to talk crazy to my son for existing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I'm going to be, I don't know how, like, I'm going to, of course, be open to it and everything's going to be fine. But, like, if somebody, like, pulled a gun on my son, like,
That's
that's
wild.
going to be a problem. But that's the
Yeah,
thing, there are people out here doing that.
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
And so, like, that's the kind of shit I'm concerned about, just because to them, my son is a stranger
yeah,
and they are trying to protect their child.
yeah,
However, you pulled a gun on a child.
Yeah.
And so I worry about that just because I know that some people are crazy.
So wait, I
Like,
got
mm,
a
if, like, for example, if I was Reggie's daddy, I would have had a problem.
Oh, 100%.
oh for sure.
Like, that would have been a serious issue.
so wait, I got a
Mm,
question for you since like you're coming from that side. So let's say the girl's dad come talk to you. Well, he talks to your son, but like in front of you, and he's like saying respectful stuff like, "Hey, this is my daughter. Like, what are your intentions?" Like he does all this like in front of you. Do you
Oh
think
yeah,
that's more respectful? Okay.
that's not. And even if that wasn't in front of me, if it was a discussion like that, then I don't have an issue with that because those are legitimate questions, and I
mm,
don't take an issue with that. But there's a certain point where it could get where I would have a problem. But
yeah,
I have a respect for somebody protecting their own children.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so, those types of questions, yes, ask him that because he should be able to answer that. Like, because if he does have bad intentions, yeah, you should be keeping him away from your daughter.
Right.
But so
Right.
yeah, like because trifling people got to be related to somebody.
Right. Got to go down the chain somewhere.
Yeah, and
Good way to
my
put it.
wife was saying to me the other day, she was like, this boy is going to be charming, and I just really don't want him to be a hoe. Like she said that to me the other day, and I was like, well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but
He's gonna be very
um,
social. So I mean, that's
yeah.
gonna, you know,
So I don't know what the deal is going to be
yeah. You never know.
because yeah, if he takes after some of my other family members, there's going to be something to worry about.
Yeah, gonna be a problem. Yeah, I'm kind of
That's funny.
worried about
Um,
that.
Yeah,
is
what
it
you
my
got,
question?
Brandon? Yeah, what you
Okay.
got?
What about parenting at all gives you kind of, and I guess this kind of lumps into what we kind of been talking about, but like, what about parenting kind of gives you a little bit of anxiety? So, like, for me, like, anytime I'm with Cam, like, we're out in public, like, I'm on 10.
Oh
Like, I'm
yeah,
on, you
yep.
would think it was a John Wick movie. Like, I'm on 10. Like, I'm like, all right, I got a guy approaching to the right. If he does pull something, what am I doing? Like, am I
Yeah.
pushing Cam in the store and then handling it? Or am I, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always thinking of stuff like that. So, like,
Oh,
that stuff gives me anxiety. And not in like, panic attack type, but like, you're
More
always
like I
like
got a
just on.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just on at all times. You don't get to just relax, And like, when Cam isn't with me, I don't feel that. I can clearly in my mind be like, oh man, I'm not on that right now. So I guess just what about parenting kind of gives you that type of anxiety?
I'm that same way because I don't think
Hmm.
about I don't think about protecting myself the same way I
Same.
think about uh protecting him or even my wife. Like whenever
Same.
we
Yeah.
are out, I like she'll sometimes look at me and see that I am not okay because I'm
Right. Yeah.
assessing.
Right.
I
Right.
am always
Getting the
assessing.
plan together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like she can just make him away downtown.
Bro,
Like she's free to do
whole
that.
that trend was
God.
hilarious to me.
Yeah. No.
When just
Yeah,
women
that
could
was
just
hilarious.
exist. Yeah.
I
But
That's
mean,
funny.
same
Oh,
same for me too. My most recent experience with that, like my most recent, like definitely on top. We were in Kansas City recently, and me and my wife said, "Okay, where are we gonna eat at?" So we pull over in like a random parking lot, and so like I'm already looking. I was like, "Hey, it's kind of too many people walking around here." I was like, "What's going on?" Like I'm like
Yeah.
looking around everywhere. I'm like, "Okay, so if I'm parked right here, let's say somebody pull up on me in the front, I'm gonna help him back up real fast, turn around,
Yeah.
looking real fast." Like that. And then I was like, "Okay, if somebody pull up from the back, we'll make sure the doors is closed. Like make sure nobody getting close to the car." So I'm gonna help and take. So like I didn't even put the car in park. I literally just kept my foot on the brake the whole time. I'm like, and she's like, "Why are you looking like that?" I was like, "This is not my neighborhood. Like I do not know this. Even if it was my neighborhood, I do not know these people."
Right.
So it's like I was extra on 10. And also just like anytime we out in public, especially large crowds, I'm
Same.
just like, yeah, like Spencer
Bro.
mentioned, like I'm watching for my kids, I'm watching for my wife, like I was like all of that.
Yeah.
yes. Me, I walk in the back because when you're in the back, you see everything. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
so what I pretty much, which is crazy. I've seen this from Wolves, right? I've seen this Wolf documentary. So what they do is they put the old people in the front, the regular, you know what I'm saying, everybody else in the middle, and then the alpha walk in the back so he can bring up the rear. And so I was
Hmm.
like, that kind of makes sense. And so that's what I do. My lady, she got short legs, so she moves slow. So she in the front, she leading everywhere we go. Kids in the middle, I'm in the back. So if I'm in the back, I could see everybody. So as soon
Right.
as somebody break off from the line, I'm like, hey, where you at? Like I said, you better be in earshot. And
Right.
again, double down. If I can't see you, that means you can't see me, and we got a problem. I don't want
Right.
you playing around in the clothes. Only if we stop, cool. I'm gonna step over here so I can see everybody,
Yeah.
and then y'all can go do whatever. But you come to me first. You let me know, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Like, give me a panic attack when I let my daughter go to the bathroom by herself.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
I still ain't even done that,
I
bro.
still ain't doing
I
Bro,
take it to the men's bathroom.
look, I follow in the distance, okay?
it. You're right.
In her mind, she by herself, but in my mind, I can see you. I watch her
Yeah.
walk in there. I still wait in a nice little area. She still don't see me, and I watch her walk out. And then she
Yeah.
walking around. She didn't got lost. I'm still following. I'm still following the bunch of
Right.
But yeah, I do. I'm always watching because one, the 70s and 80s ruined that. Because again, people should have their doors unlocked, and how you think so many serial murder rates is always up in America. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I'm on 10. I'm
Yeah,
watching.
bro. I recently took my daughter on her first airplane ride, bro. In that airport, bro, I was on 1,000.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh nah,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you're not about to catch me. You're not about to catch us slipping. It's like
yeah,
all these like weirdos. I was like, oh no. Any dude approached, I'm like, hey, bro, back up, fam. Like, give me some space.
yeah,
Like all that. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, we
bro.
be in the
Even on
store. Yeah, any of that, like just with all the sex trafficking and all that stuff, I'm like, nah, we're not doing that.
Bro, even on the
Like,
airplane, I still went in the bathroom with my daughter. I was like, you can
oh, I did
be.
too.
I know the
Same.
bathroom's small, but we both about to be in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then
100%.
also it's like, they need to have more family bathrooms out here. Like,
Bro,
what is going on?
we need to start this agenda for single dads, bro, especially when they have daughters. Now, if you have a son, it's a little
Yeah, yeah,
easier,
yeah. It's
obviously.
easier.
But with a
Right.
daughter, bro, it's so many awkward situations where you just have to. And my daughter at this point, she's like, all right, I just have to go in this dirty bathroom just
Right.
because I'm with my dad. You know what I mean? So I just feel like they definitely need to like
Yeah, man. We need
adjust for that because
more
nobody talks
family
about that.
bathrooms. Yeah, yeah. We need more family bathrooms because I
Okay.
tell my daughter we're going to the men's bathroom. I'm like, okay, look straight. Don't look at no guy. Don't look nowhere else. Don't touch
Yeah,
nothing. As soon as we get in here, let me make
facts.
sure the seat is good. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch that. Okay, we're gonna go in here and wash your hands. Don't look nowhere else, and let's go ahead and get up
Hmm.
out of here.
Right, facts.
Yeah, I had my daughter go check the women's bathroom, and I'll stand there with the door open in the women's bathroom. I don't care. You got me messed
Right,
up.
Yeah,
right,
I
yeah.
do not care. I will stand right here, and then if somebody come in, like, sorry, my daughter's using the bathroom, or I'll have her go in there and like, is anybody in there? She
Hmm.
say, no, ain't nobody in there. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna wait out here. So I know if anybody. So there's ain't nobody in there. So we all good.
Right,
So I'll wait outside the door if I
right,
don't let her go myself. You know,
yeah. It's
you tell
crazy
your
though.
kids
Like
to put the
you.
tissue down real quick. You
Oh
make
yeah,
adult.
yeah,
Oh
for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now we ain't out here
So I
raw
don't
button
trust none of
toilets.
these
Come on,
old.
bro.
Absolutely
Bro,
not.
we use protection around here. I don't know what you talking
Yeah,
about.
bro. Stay strapped. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
bro. That's wow.
I'm just asking. I'm
With my
just
No,
youngest
that's a
asking.
though,
good point.
with my
Good
youngest
question.
though, it's a little easier because I can just like literally pick her up and like let her do like a little air squat, just a
Oh
little
yeah,
hover.
same.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
We
little
still do
hover.
that,
Yeah, so yeah, but with my oldest, yeah, we throwing that tissue down.
you better put that tissue
Yeah,
down. Don't forget.
bro. It's crazy though. Like as a father, you have to be basically a U.S. Marine
bro,
to
telling
freaking
Secret Service member to the president.
yeah. You got to
Man,
think of all scenarios.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Jermaine, what question you got for us?
I know we probably talked about this. I know y'all probably talked about this before, but what is your favorite TV dad? Like
Ooh,
for me, Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
That's who I strive to be. Because that allowance episode, oh my God.
yeah.
He said you brushed your teeth, that's 25 cents. And you had eggs and pancakes, that's $2. So then, here go yours, here's your $1.25, here go your 78 cents. He said, in Jordan, you owe me $2. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He may not be them kids' daddy, but he cared for them kids a lot. And so
yeah.
a lot of stuff that he do, I do to my kids. I wake my kids up, I'm snatching blankets off. It's time to get up. I'm up. So that means you got to be up, snatching
Right.
blankets off, turning on lights. Don't let me get the water because I will. I'm telling you, I sit my daughter up and make her feet touch the ground. It's time to get up because I got to go. I'm
Right,
already
yeah.
late. I'm already late. I got to get up out of here.
That's
But
funny.
him, the way he be talking to him and stuff, because I got to do, I talk to my kids crazy. I do.
I,
He said, I'm gonna smash your hand. He said, I'm gonna smash your hand in the door.
Yeah.
I think
Ruthless.
probably for me, I would probably say Uncle Phil. Like that's probably my favorite fictional dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably definitely Uncle Phil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uncle
I'm
Phil's
trying to
great.
think. Man, it's tough. I love it. Eddie Winslow. Eddie
Yeah.
Winslow is a really good one.
Carl
Mm-hmm.
Like
Winslow.
Earl Winslow. Why did I say Eddie? Eddie's his son. My bad. Earl Winslow, like when he got serious, it was really
Carl
good.
Winslow.
Carl.
Oh, Carl, yeah. I'm
For
trying to
me,
think.
it's Floyd Henderson from Smart Guy.
Oh yeah, he's tough. He
Oh,
has swag too.
hey,
Yeah, Floyd does not
hey,
get the attention he deserves whenever
He
people talk
doesn't.
about TV dads.
you
Taking care
right.
of 3 kids by himself, that's tough.
Yeah.
You right.
And one of them is a
100% right.
genius, and that requires its own delicate
Yeah.
touch.
Yep.
And he's doing this all while managing his own business.
Yeah. And being a bachelor.
Yeah, like,
Man, it's a
and
lot of
basically,
obstacles.
and essentially taking care of Mo also.
Yeah. Just
Bacon.
show up all the time.
Yeah, like he be feeding Mo. So
Yeah.
I need two.
But you
I
could
need two
tell, like,
Cliftons.
you can see, like, if I was a dad, like, I'd be like, Mo, get out of my house. Like, like, leave. I have too many
But
people to worry about.
but that's the thing. Like, it could be a situation where like your house is the only piece that Mo gets.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
That's true. That's facts.
Right, he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Brennan, did you have one?
Um, yeah, like, so I guess, you know, a lot of people blame like millennials for like giving their kids everything or like, second place trophies and fourth place trophies and all that stuff. So like with your kids, like let's say they do something good. Like are you
You got a question? Okay. I
yeah,
thought
are
you,
you
you never picked your dad, man.
I said what, Carl
Oh,
Winslow.
you did. My bad. I
Carl
Yeah,
forgot.
was
yeah.
up.
My bad.
Yeah. Um but as far as my question, I guess, are you guys like blatantly honest with your kids, or are you like, yeah, that was nice? Like when they show you a picture that is like,
Oh, I'm nice. My wife is the one who would probably tell it like it is, but I'm more nice.
yeah,
I'm nice right now.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like he's 30. But
yeah,
Yeah, that's wild. If you out here like that little shit suck.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's wild right there.
gotta redo
like
that.
we're gonna get to a point like because um when he's 5, he will be in piano lessons, period.
Mhm.
And that's when I think I'm gonna shift a little
Mhm.
into a more realistic approach
Yeah,
to things. Of course, not like just blunt honesty. I'll need to see what kind of kid he is. If he's like me, blunt honesty is going to be fine. If he's like my wife, I'm gonna have to be a little more delicate with him.
yeah,
And that's just the way it is. So like I will need to feel out his personality to figure out how I need to handle him in those situations.
yeah. That makes sense. I'm I'm
Because
pretty I'm pretty blunt. I'm kind of a little bit in between.
there
I'm
are
Uh,
pretty
some
honest.
people you can be blunt and that will make them better. There are some people you can be blunt and that will tear them down.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's
facts,
just gonna depend on like who that person is.
facts.
And I would imagine, for the two of you to whom it applies, like since you have multiple kids, I am wondering, do you have to handle them differently
Uh,
because of how they will respond to something?
so my oldest daughter, she's in dance and she's on the dance team and she's pretty good, but she still has a lot of skills to learn. And right now she does not like to practice.
Mm,
Practicing is like her worst enemy. Like she hates practice. So my wife is the one who's always pushing her. To me, I'm just like, just take her out. Like that's my solution. If she don't want to do it, take her out. Like if she don't want to practice, take her out. But for my youngest, she's only 5, so she's a brand new 5. Like she's just turned 5, and so like she's still a little young, and she was in gymnastics for a while. So like we haven't got to that point yet. But for my oldest, it's like, yeah, you've been in dance since you were 3. Like you've been doing this for a long time, and if you don't want to put the effort in, like I'm not paying for this. Dance is not cheap
right.
at all. Like I'm gonna take you
No.
out. We'll find something else to do.
And the
Yeah.
problem, like that's its own like delicate because there are some people that will say, "Oh, I wish my parents had kept me in there because, I was a
Yeah.
kid and I didn't know any better and all that shit and now like I could have been." And then there's some kids that are like, "I hate that my parents made me do it because I regret it and now I have all the." There's no way to know. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're never
You
gonna
Yeah.
can't win.
yeah, you either win or you don't. But
Yeah.
like the decision you make, we don't know because again, my son is going to play piano whether he wants to or not. And he could hate it, but he gonna know how to do it.
Right.
And that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And I made that decision long before he was born.
Yeah.
And
I'm
No,
so, like, if he got hands, he playing piano.
yeah. That's
no, me, I'm
sort of
kind of
how I am.
honest though. I'm real honest with my kids. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If it look good, it look good. If it look bad, I'm sorry, but we gonna work on it. But it also just depends on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like my oldest daughter, she can paint really well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she messed up, I'm like, oh, you messed up a little bit, but it still look good. I still got them I put them in my office. And
Yeah.
like, surprisingly, my oldest son, he's in JROTC and he like it. At first
Mm-hmm.
he didn't like it, but then it kind of grew on him. And then my youngest daughter, she's in dance too. She's like, saying doing the step, and she also don't like to practice. And so then she'll be on stage for like 2.3 seconds, but then she don't get to do the full choreographies because she don't practice. And I tell her all the time, you want to do more stuff, then you have to
Yeah.
practice. That's
Yep.
Yep.
the only way for you to get good at it. You gotta practice, at least know the steps, because the only reason you're not doing more is because the teacher can see that you don't know the steps very well. So you need to be practicing to do those steps. And then, but right now, my youngest, he ain't really doing too much right now. He on a game like me right now. He on Fortnite.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm with Cam. I was like, yeah, you're playing a sport. I don't care what it is. Like you will play a sport because I didn't want to be like Spencer said. I didn't want to be. I've met so many girls. It was like, yeah, I played through middle school. Then I just kind of got over it. My parents kind of never put me back in it. And I'm like, bro, that's a life skill. You know what I mean? That's a skill
Right.
that you can learn. You don't have to be good. Just being on a team, that's something on a resume. That's something you build. Like you learn how to be a teammate, be unselfish, all kind of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, we're playing a sport. Like you know, what I mean,
There
there's
are life
skills.
skills you can pull from that.
Exactly. Like there's stuff you can pull from that. So I'm like, no, you're going to play a sport. I don't care what it is. But yeah, there's times where I'm like, she'd be like, hey, yeah, I made a shot. I'd be like, yeah, you were 1 for 9. You know, that's not a good
I mean,
percentage.
people on the bench get rings.
Exactly. That's better. Yeah. But I'd be like, yeah, we got some work to do. Like, especially stuff that I'm like, I know very well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty more honest with. But stuff I don't, I'm probably a little more lenient. Like,
See, and I
you
think
know,
that's what it is for me because I don't know dance, and so
yeah.
I can't necessarily help out with steps. I can't teach you how to do the splits. I
Mm-hmm.
can't teach you how to, put your leg all the way up in there. Like I can't teach you that. So like, therefore, I have to be more lenient. But
Yeah.
I do think like that's the reason I took my daughter to soccer. Like I saw she wasn't good, and I was like, hey, I don't think soccer is going to be for you. I know you're 4, but I
Right.
don't think it's going to be for you. So I took her out. That was one of those things like, okay, she's in dance. Let's try soccer, see what happens. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
sports might not be her thing, but dance
Yeah.
is. So
Yeah. No, that's what's up. You can see early. Some people be like, you can't ever tell. No, you
no,
can.
yeah,
You can.
you
You
can
can
tell.
definitely
Yeah,
tell. Like
yeah, you can tell.
we
You
be Campbell
understand.
has a team and it be kids just out there just in a vibe, just by themselves in the middle of the field. Ball is flying by them. They're just in a vibe doing their own thing. You're like, all right, this just ain't for you. That's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like you found out early. It's nice. You
Yeah.
can try again in high school, maybe middle school, late then where you make your own choice. But right now, it ain't for you.
Yeah, not for you.
Uh, okay. So I talked about this one kind of a few episodes ago, but I want to know you guys' what is your proudest moment? Like when are you what's one moment where you just like were so proud of your kid? For me, like I said, I talked about it more recently. My daughter sung on stage for the first time ever. She did the Little Mermaid song, and I was like brought to tears. And I was just overwhelmed with like how proud I felt. And like people came up to me afterwards and was like, wow, she in singing lessons? Like that was really amazing. Like she was really good. And I was just like, no, she's not. That was the first time ever. And so that was like for me, that was my proudest moment. I haven't had one yet with my youngest one, but also she's only 5, so
I was gonna say, damn.
yeah,
Right.
she still got some more living to do.
That's funny. For me, yeah, it's probably Cam making honor roll. You know, when she won the principal's award, that's probably when I was the most proud. And then honestly, it was one time when she was just killing dudes in soccer. And she's the only girl, and she scored like 3 goals. I was like, yeah, like I was
For the hype.
yeah, I was doing way too much. It
That's
was
one
way
thing
too
I
much.
do. That's one thing I do worry about. Like, if my son does get in sports and like he's out there working,
Yeah,
I'm worried I will get a little too hype.
bro, everybody walks in with the game plan, and then when it happens, all of it's scrapped. Your natural emotions come out. I said the same thing. Now, basketball, I can be composed. I've coached basketball. I get it.
Oh yeah.
Soccer, I was like, let's go, nigga. Like I was going
Yeah,
wild. I
that's
was
like
wild.
I'm gonna say some stuff that
Yeah,
not for the kids.
yeah,
And
exactly.
sir, these are 6-year-olds. I don't give a fuck. Let's be out here working. Like that's
Right.
so, and I
That's
don't
funny.
know if that'll happen. I might be able to keep my cool. It'll probably
Yeah,
depend on what else is going on
yeah,
because there may be some other parent who's like out here wild, and I'm like, you can calm down.
yeah. That also helps you keep you in check.
But I mean, my kid's 3, so uh, I think the first time he counted to 10,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
but because he was like the other kids in his age bracket were not able to count to 10.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
It's,
that's a big deal though. Like when your kid first start counting, first learning ABCs, like especially
Yeah.
before they go to school, you're like, okay, we got something here.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's whenever my kids do something that they say they can't do.
Yeah.
That bothers me the most. Whenever you just, I
Yeah.
can't. So we went to Flint Creek. We went to Flint Creek a couple weekends ago. And have y'all been to Flint Creek and by Talifar? I know y'all in the
Oh,
city.
is that the Illinois River?
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's like underneath that bridge.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been over
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a creek, and I mean that water be cold. It's cold, cold, coming from the mountains or whatever. So my
Mm,
daughter's she can swim. Like I mean, she can outswim me. Like we was in the middle of the ocean, she would survive.
She might have to
I would.
save you, huh?
Oh yeah, I would 100% drown. 100%. So she goes down. They got this little, it's like a little waterfall. It's high, but it ain't that high. But you know, for a kid, it's real high. She
mm,
wanted to jump so bad, but she just couldn't do it. I jumped without her. I'm just leaving you. See you.
yeah.
Hopefully that hopefully they give her the push just to jump. She never jumped. So then probably about maybe 30 minutes later, she back there and I see her standing there. She stood up there for 25 to 30 minutes before she finally jumped off. And I was like, oh look, she jumped. She jumped.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so excited because my youngest son, he a daredevil. He jumped off instantly.
Yeah.
No hesitation, right into the water. Because he
Right.
can swim. He can swim too. But again, if he in the middle of the ocean, he gonna drown.
I, it's funny you say that. Now, yeah, for my youngest, we took a trip to the Bahamas, and she jumped off like the little cliff thing. It was probably 15 foot in the air, 10 to 15 foot in the air, and she jumped off into like the open water. Of course, she had floaties on and everything, but like she swam out, and like it was funny because like people was like right there watching her. Because my kids, both of them are really small, like they're skinny, tiny, and like the people around her like was looking at her, and then she jumped off, and everybody like started cheering her. I was like, that made me proud. Like that was
Yeah.
like you did that, and she was only 4 at that time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that.
So,
Uh, Spencer,
Yeah, I
what you
love
got?
watching my kids do stuff. It's fun.
Uh, question wise, um, was there anyone that I guess, is there anyone that you looked up to in a fatherly way that was not your own father or that wasn't your own dad? Like anybody in your life, friends, dads, uncles, grandparents. Was there anybody other than your own dad that you looked at or looked up to in that way?
For me, no. Uh,
I'm
I'm
about
not
to,
saying
yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't have any like father figures, but like not really. Because I mean, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They weren't able to see their kids every day, which is unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? They were still in their lives, but then it was also like I seen the outside. You know, so I'm like,
mm,
you say this, but you don't do that. You know,
right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and my dad was locked up most of my life, and so everything I'm doing now is just going off of what I'm figuring it out as I go. I have
Yeah.
Yeah.
no idea what I'm doing. but
Man,
it's
that
just
that
chaotic fun. That's what I like to call it. Having a family is chaotic fun because sometimes you want to just be like, and then sometimes you're like, hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
man, I tell you what you just said there, like I can't even tell you. Like I've literally cried before because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm literally just trying to figure it out. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing today, how it's going to affect them in the future. Like it literally, like me and my wife had a conversation. I literally just started breaking down. I was like, I don't know. Like I feel like I literally feel it coming on right now. Like I literally don't know what I'm doing. And
Right.
I'm just trying to make it.
No, thanks.
But for me,
I,
same like Jermaine said, like I didn't for me, I didn't have any father figures either. Like I think probably once I got maybe 15, like I had an uncle, but at that point, like I wasn't really seeing him a lot. But yeah, growing up now, I didn't have any either.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, I was thankful. I mean, my dad obviously was in my life, but outside of my dad, I had a lot of like great uncles. Like my mom has six other siblings, three of them boys, and it was funny because like my dad's very like modern. Like my dad was a supervisor at the water department. He was, real tech stuff. He loved all the Star Wars. Like he was very sci-fi. That's where I get like my nerdy side from. Then my uncles was like from the country, so like they knew every part of a car, every part of a you know what I mean. They went to the military. Like they was very grounded. So like it was fun being around them because like they knew how to fix everything. That's how I learned how a little bit of stuff. So yeah, that was probably like the most, and obviously coaches that I met along the way. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. Um, I I mean I had a couple uncles, but I mean my dad covered everything I needed.
yeah,
Um, and then I had some cousins that were like in that weird, like felt like a father when I was really, really young, but then moved into like an older brother type
yeah,
relationship.
hmm
So that was yeah, like that was probably what it was for me.
yeah. Was anybody like I was an uncle when I was like 12.
9.
Like I was like I was an uncle. I had a nephew who was older than me. Like it was weird,
Yeah, yeah.
but like
I got a little cousin who's just like that.
yeah, like
But
I had a nephew who was driving, and I'm sitting there like well, like you can't do nothing for you, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like
yeah, you can
I
leave. Yeah, I give you permission. Like,
I was I was an uncle at 9 and I'm a great uncle now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same.
no, I
It's
said no, not
crazy.
for yeah, I didn't have anything. No.
That's crazy. It's
that
funny.
is that. He said, I'm a great uncle. Hey, we're like, oh, you're killing me already, kid. Why you so
Right.
like, dang, I ain't that old, but
Um,
dang.
Yeah, like that's like
yeah.
it's weird to me that I like my dad is a great grandfather.
Yeah, that's wild.
Man. Yeah. Same one.
Yeah, like that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't yeah.
Uh Jermaine, you got a question?
Yeah. So what is it like seeing the you inside of your kids?
Ah, wonderful feeling, man.
Hey, like
It's wonderful.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Like that being me, okay? Because like my youngest son, that he pretty much might as well be my clone. Like my wife was literally just an incubator. It's funny because he does stuff that he does stuff that I do, say stuff, the way he talks, like he sounds and looks just like me to the point because during COVID, whenever it was COVID, I had lost my job. So I was the one at home doing all the schooling and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So make sure they on that. And he wasn't in school yet. So it was just me and him. So we watching
hmm
Power Rangers. So we got a lot of interaction
Hey.
within that year, 2 years. We got a good interaction. And so just his little like me, I got ADHD. I know I do. I ain't been diagnosed, but I know I got it because I see him doing the same things that I'll be doing. And everybody say he got ADHD. I'm like, oh, that means I got it then.
Yeah, yeah, I said if he got it, I got
Yeah.
it.
you know, but just stuff like that. It's just it's great. The way they talk, they music, it's just it's funny.
Yeah.
Cracks me up. Like, stop being me. Okay.
It's a wonderful feeling. Like my oldest, like it's me. Like the fact that they can literally sit there and play with their toys for like hours. And when I was a kid and I wasn't outside, I was just playing my toys. Like that was me. I was big imagination. And like she wants to listen to like anime music. Jermaine, we bro, when I tell you we be having anime music on blast, bro, we be having little parties over here. And then they love being active, and it's man, it's a wonderful feeling just seeing like, man, they really just like me. Like
Yeah.
that, like my daughter thinks she can crack jokes. I'm like, that's really
Okay.
me. That's really me. Said that, and my wife, but like she played too much, just like you. I was like, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I mean, Brandon Spenser, y'all be like, you can make fun of anything. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's literally me.
That's funny.
Such a wonderful feeling, though.
Jordan had people mad at the table.
Bro, I literally just so Brandon Spencer been sending those videos like, look at him drinking water. He want to be hydrated, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's
told
what
them
I'm
the other
saying.
day.
George's definitely that guy.
The other
Oh yeah.
day, I told them we was at the store. My wife dropped a tomato. The tomato kind of rolled, so she kind of like took like a little hop step to it. I'm like, "Psst, look at you, buddy. You look dumb." I was like, she literally just trying to pick it up. I see, you look dumb. So
That's
yeah,
funny,
that is
man.
definitely me.
For me, yeah, with Cam, like it's some stuff like, and that's actually funny because it's part of my question as well. But like, she's just so sarcastic, and it pisses me off a lot of time. But I'll just be like, bro, that's you. Like, you can't be mad.
Can't parent
Like,
the you out of you.
yeah, bro. Like, I'll say an incomplete sentence. I'll say a sentence that really doesn't make any sense, but in context, she knows what I'm talking about. But she'll question it just cause, like, she was, oh, so you meant such and such. I'm like, you know what I meant. Like, I don't know why. You know what I mean? She's just so sarcastic, bro. And I'd be like, and when I was a kid, people used to call me sarcastic. I'd be like, I don't get it. Like, I'm just commenting on stuff that like naturally comes to me. And now I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it now.
I
Like,
see. I get it. Okay, that's what
yeah,
it
I get
is.
how annoying it is to have a child question your intelligence. Like, I get it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, be quiet before
Yeah.
I hit you with this book.
Yeah, bro.
Let me
I'd be
go. Actually,
like,
kids go ask Alexa. Like, I could have told you that. You didn't believe me when I told you. You want to go ask Alexa?
bro, me and
Right.
Cam we be beefing just off of purely that. Just off purely her being sarcastic, or I'll be sarcastic to her. She'll get mad. Yeah, bro. Purely me.
Um, physically, there are things that I see because the moment he was born, uh, he had my hands and feet. Like I was not, there were no questions about it. I was like, those are Jones' hands,
Mm-hmm.
100%. And yeah, his feet look exactly like mine to the point where it was
Yeah.
weird. Um, and everybody says that he looks like me, but it's hard for me to see that. But there was one day I asked him a question and he turned and looked at me and I saw my own face.
It's
And it
weird,
was
huh?
weird as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
bro.
so weird.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You be like staring at it, they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, dude, just don't even worry about it.
Especially you look at
It's
a picture
like,
like you when you were their age.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I see.
And yeah,
Yeah.
like in
mhm.
pictures is when I can see it because
Yeah.
they'd be like, when did I take this picture? It's not me.
Yeah.
Um, and so as far as personality wise, I think he's more my wife than he is me.
Mm.
But he's real literal, and I think that he got from me
Yeah.
because like there was one day I was like, hey, take your pants off because we were about to go to the potty. So I was like, take your pants off. And he was like, these aren't pants, these are jeans.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
bro.
bro.
Yep. Ah, yeah, I hate
Yeah.
All
that.
right, okay.
Can't be doing
Yeah.
that too, bro.
But
Or
that's
like go
Yeah.
hop in
probably
the,
some shit I would have done
yeah,
at
I'd be
that
like, hey, let's
age.
go hop in the shower. Hop. I'd be like, bruh,
Just
you
go.
don't
You better
get
go
your
get.
right.
like,
Yeah.
My
I
wife
hate.
asked my daughter to put something up. I think it was like some chips or something. She was like, put those chips up. These ain't chips. These Cheetos. They go crunch in your
bro.
mouth, don't they? That's a chip.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, he's literal like I was at a young age.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's
Uh,
funny.
Brandon, what you got?
Yeah, honestly, that was the same. I had the same question. I basically just going to ask a similar, just what about them? What about what about them that like they get from you that you're a little scared about? Like that you're a little like, like I may have given them a trait that's not the greatest. Like for me with Cam, like I was lazy as a kid. Like I did not practice like I should have. I didn't like apply myself the way I should have. And Cam, for the most part, she does, but it'd be sometimes she'd be just lazy. She'd be like, I just want to go. Oh, she's definitely an introvert. Like she loves being at the house. She's a homebody, which is what I am as well. And so like we'll be out for a little bit, maybe 2 hours top. She's done. Like she's like,
Ready to go.
yeah, she's like, I'm ready to go. I want to go home. I'll be like, and then when we get home, bonkers, going crazy. I'm like, I don't understand it. Like I don't get it. So yeah, I basically just was gonna ask, like, what about your child that they get from you that you're kind of like, man, well,
For my youngest daughter, it's definitely got to be how do I work this? Like, when your mind just keep on going and just don't stop.
Yeah.
mm,
That's my daughter, and like that's my youngest daughter to a T. Because her aunt, she passed away. Used to talk to her 24/7 because the aunt she could talk, and when I
yeah,
say she always talking,
mm,
I feel like I walked past her room one day and she was talking in her sleep. Like, can't help it. She can't keep everything in here. Got to come out. And I'm
yeah,
like, some stuff
yeah,
you got to keep to yourself. And that's my
right,
problem too. Sometimes I just got to say it. I can't. If I
yeah,
don't say it, I feel like I'm gonna explode. And I think
right,
she the same way that she just has to say it. Oh, Daddy, you making food? Yes, I'm making food. Like, what do you mean? Like,
you
what do
you
I'm
you
at the
see
stove.
you see all
right,
this right here. You gonna ask me?
yeah. That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, please just stop talking. Say it to yourself.
I
And
think
she be saying it to herself, and now she humming.
Right.
Come
I
on,
think for
man.
me, my oldest daughter, like probably her cracking jokes and maturity. I think
Mm.
it's like unfortunate she got that from me, and it makes my wife so mad because I'll be making my wife mad all the time because I'm the one that's gonna crack a joke, and I see my oldest daughter getting that, and I'm like, damn, I'm
Mhm.
sorry about that,
Yeah,
I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that.
that's
And then my
funny.
oldest one, like, I mean, my youngest one. I don't know yet with my youngest ones. I think my youngest one, she's definitely more like my wife. Like my wife loves to dress nice, and my youngest one, she loves to dress nice as well. So I think my youngest one probably has a lot more stuff from my wife.
Hmm.
She said, "This one gonna be mine. This one is
Yeah.
mine. You can have that one."
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Who's our Spencer? What do you got for us?
Um, is there is there anybody else other than your own children? Is there anybody that you are kind of some type of father figure for?
That's a good question.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Not really, but I got kids at my house all the time. I'm telling you, my house is like right now. We got my wife's niece's daughters. We got them, which is funny because they call me uncle, but the little one sometimes call me daddy. I'm like, no, 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 uncle. All
Right.
right, uncle.
Yeah.
She'll like walk in the house. She'll walk in the house and be like, hello. And I'm like, hello. It's so cute. So cute. It just, but no, but I love kids, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Kids can come, I'm fine with kids coming in my house.
Right.
But I tell everybody, like I tell everybody else, they will be fine. But your kid, I'm gonna treat your kid like I treat my kids. I ain't sugarcoating. I ain't
Yeah.
babying. I ain't
Right.
doing none of that. I'm gonna always be myself around all the kids. But you know what I'm saying? I keep it PG
Yeah.
Yeah.
until they're doing something dumb, and now I gotta get rated R because
Right.
somebody got to
Yeah.
I would. I think for me, it's my wife's best friend. Her and her husband, like I treat their kids like I treat my kids. Like they. I mean, my wife and her best friend, like they knew each other since elementary. So like it's just like one of those natural things. Our kids are the same age. Our oldest are like a year and some change apart. Our youngest ones are both 9 months apart. And so they're over here all the time. So I treat their kids like I treat my kids. Like I love them equally as much as I love my kids. So I'll probably say for me in my life, like those are probably the other kids. And then we got like some neighbor kids who come over and like I treat them with respect and everything. But I would say my wife's best friend kids.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, not really. At least not this time in my life. I was when I coached. I love young people. I love kids. Probably a little older kids, but I love kids in general. So that was always what I enjoyed most about coaching was like building relationships, just figuring like outside of basketball, just
Yeah.
getting to know what the little quirks were, what they were interested in, what the music they was listening to, all that. So at this time, no, but wouldn't be surprised in the future. I did.
Okay.
Spencer, you got anybody?
Not really. Whenever she was here, my niece, my wife's brother's daughter, she and my son are a year apart, and so
Mm-hmm.
like they'd spend a lot of time together, and so, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I don't know how she sees me. I think I'm just her uncle.
Yeah.
And that's it, and that's fine. There are some kids in my son's daycare. There's one kid who calls me daddy every time he sees me. I
This
think he
always
thinks
throws me off.
I think he
bro.
thinks that's my name
Uh,
because that's what my son calls me. So he's like, "Oh, all right,
yeah.
that's what it is."
He
Right.
must call his real dad something different or something.
Or we just both are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because some kids, there's no like, it doesn't matter. That's
Yeah.
what it is. And so, I always think that's funny. But yeah, I mean, I know how y'all just said like you love kids and all that, and perhaps this is controversial. I don't.
No, yes, I definitely love kids. Yeah, also, but you've mentioned that before though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
don't,
mentioned that.
and I don't feel bad about it.
It checks out though. So yeah, it checks out. I get it. I definitely get it.
I love kids. I
Yeah,
love kids,
same.
man.
Yeah.
Which is
And I'm
weird for
glad y'all
me.
are here.
Right.
I
I'm
appreciate and
always
support
wanted to be
that.
a dad. That was like my dream. That was like my dream was to be a dad because I didn't have one. I had one,
Right.
but he wasn't around. I
Yeah.
mean, he was around, but he
He
wasn't
went
around.
around. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't see
Yeah.
him every day. He didn't call me every day. But I can say one thing: when my kids leave and they go somewhere else, I ain't calling them.
Bye.
I'm not calling them. I'll see you when you get back. Bye.
Yeah.
I love
I
you.
said the
Have a
same.
good
I said the
day.
same thing, and then every time we go on vacation, like we don't take the kids, I'm like, let's just call them. Let's just see what they doing. That'd be me. Like the first day, I'll be cool, but that second day, I'm like, let's just see what they doing.
Yeah. That's
They
funny.
call to talk to their mama.
And
They
I
call to
think
talk to your mama.
for me, it'll be nice whenever like he's because he can have conversations and stuff, but like I mean
Yeah.
at a higher level because I don't talk to kids on the phone. They ain't talk about nothing.
They
Bro,
really don't.
it's
They
the
really
worst
don't. Yeah, it is
experience.
pretty bad. You got a
It's
solid
And now you
pointless.
30
just
seconds to
looking at
talk
each
to
other.
them.
Yeah.
Just looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
I said
Like you
bye
eat
5 times. I'm hanging up.
you eat dinner, yes. I'm like, yeah, bro, you got a solid 30 to 45 seconds of
Yeah.
conversation with them, and then it's over with.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't talk to kids on the phone. And again, I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't.
Okay, Jermaine, you got one?
Yeah. I'm trying to. You know what? I like this one. So like, what are you doing different with your kids that like yours didn't do with you? You
I'm in
know,
it. I'm
like
in their life.
Oh, damn. Shots
hey,
Yikes.
fired.
hey,
I'm doing the
That's I
bare
all
mean,
right
minimum.
then.
that's case.
That's
Like
true. That's
that's
case
case.
closed. All right then.
Yeah, I'm doing the bare minimum.
It's a well-deserved shot. I get it.
Straight facts, the bare minimum, and they just didn't feel like it. But I'm not gonna lie, in my daddy case, my mama crazy. All right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy, and she 100% mean. She is mean.
Well, you know,
She
Yeah.
is
the first time we
mean.
did this, I mentioned this, and I stay true to this. It's like I get it though, why some dads leave because being a
Mhm.
parent is not easy, and as the man, it sucks. Like you have the option to leave though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you have the option to leave, and I get it. Like it's not easy. And if you got that option, you can be out. So I get it.
Mhm.
Like it's not
See you on
easy.
Christmas,
Yeah.
Okay.
Better-
and
if
it
you-
won't even be Christmas. It'd be the 26th.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. For me, trying to think what I do different. Probably just a little more freedom as far as like conversational. You know what I mean? Like, well, my parents is gospel as gospel get. So, right, if your tone level got to a certain octave, conversation shut down. Like ultimate shutdown. No, I'm sorry, what? And then we're veering off to punishments. Whereas with now, it's like more of a obviously it's still a hierarchy, but it's like a conversation, more of a like all right, like I'm trying to understand your way of thinking rather than just being like, no, that's just and I explain why more.
Yeah.
Whereas with my parents, it was like, nigga, it don't matter why. You know what I mean?
Because
So
I said so.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to really dig into no, this is why this everything has a cause and effect. This is why. And so that way it'll make a little more sense. But
I would also, mine's is short. I would also say because I grew up with my mom, like my mom didn't always do stuff with me. And so like now I make sure to like do stuff with my kids. They're playing a game, I'll go play the game with them. If they want to wrestle a little bit, we'll wrestle. They want to play Uno, like I'll try to do stuff. If they want to go play in a dollhouse, like I try to do stuff with them. I'll say
mm,
that's probably one of the big ones for me though.
I don't think I have anything yet. Um,
mm,
like I can't think of anything that is super different from my parents versus what I'm doing, but I think that's because he's 30, and so there are a lot of things we haven't reached yet, and so I don't
mm.
know.
Right. In the words of Jordan, look at these people over here with two parents. Get out of here. No.
Yeah, clowning people
Old
too.
happy ass household. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
oh, lame
Must be nice having both parents.
yeah,
Right. I bet you had a happy childhood.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
yeah,
Y'all must have been rich. That's crazy.
yeah. He say that's one thing he'll say. You rich if you got such and such. I'm like, yeah, what?
Bro, I love doing that. It's like, oh, you got money. I say, okay.
Money, money.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Okay.
got I got one last question because actually Jermaine's last question was like one of my questions as well. But my last question is there anything as a father you think you could be doing better?
Mm.
Playing with my kids.
I say probably
But
less screen time,
Yeah,
but
see, that's
if it weren't for screen time, I would get nothing done.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I mean that sincerely, like, because since he's an only child, he wants my attention. And so whenever
yeah,
it's just me and him, I have to choose being present or being productive.
right.
I can't
mm,
have both at the same time, usually, depending on what it is.
Yeah,
And so that's like, I usually have to choose one, present or
yeah.
productive. And sometimes I'm like, should I be more present?
Hmm.
But then when I'm being present, I'm like, there's so much shit that needs doing right now. And so every time I'm doing one, I'm thinking about the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. No, that's a good way to put it. Present versus production. Because like I know I struggle with that. Like Dam's only child. I mean, I'm her entertain. Like I'm basically a jungle gym when we're around each other. Like she's on me, jumping on me, trying to
Oh
climb. Like
man. Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
just like, and sometimes I'm like, man, I don't want to just be her entertainment. But then also I'm like, this is kind of a good thing. Like there's plenty of fathers out there that be like, yeah, like you should be happy. Your child wants to play with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but then there's also like that man part of you where it's like, bro, you gotta, yeah, this is great, but like if I don't produce, none of this is happening. Like none of this is like none of the lights are on, none of this is on. You know what I mean? Like the fun life I want to give her, none of that's gonna happen if I don't produce. So it's very much I think most fathers have that, but like you try to be present. I know for myself, I can definitely be more present. Definitely just get off the phone more, you know what I mean, get played
so
more, stuff like that.
It's fun. It's funny you mentioned the jungle gym thing. Like I know, like I would literally be dead tired. I would take a nap and both kids are still just jumping on me. Like
Same.
I will be sleep. I'm still taking that beat in my sleep, but it's like
Same,
And
it's
bro.
just
sometimes,
100% jungle gym.
and that's the thing, how Jermaine earlier was like, I'm up, so y'all got to be up. Kids feel that. Kids are like, the sun is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they will come and they will open your eyes.
You awake?
Yeah.
You saw me sleep.
Yeah, bro. That's how I do
But
with
I could
Cam. She wake
definitely.
up at 7 o'clock on a Saturday. Nope, you got it, fam. I'm going to sleep. I'm going back to sleep.
Why are
And you
you up
got
at
it.
6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Please go back to sleep. Please go lay
Right.
down. Pretty please. I already got to be up at 6 every other day, and now the
Right.
one day I get to have off, and now I got to still be up at 6.
Yeah. No,
I ain't gonna lie,
I
bro.
used to do that.
I be getting jealous of people. They be like, "Yeah, man, I woke up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock today." I'm like, "What, bro?
Right.
Sleeping in late for me is like 7:30." I'm like, "That's
Yeah.
sleeping late for me." I'm like, "Nah,
Right.
let me make it to 8 o'clock." I'm like, "Is it 12 o'clock in the afternoon?" Like, oh shit, like what's going
You lost
on?
a day. Yeah.
Yeah, like my dad's over with now. I woke up at 9, so see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Off to work. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
I want to play with my kids more, but it's hard. It's hard because, like, low key, I'm jealous of Jordan because he gets to play games with his kids because he got two.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
got four. You know how many
Yeah.
games are 6 players? Not very many. Not very
Yeah.
many. You
Wires
know how
everywhere.
hard it is? Yeah, you know how hard it is to play Mario Party? I want to play Mario Party so bad. But guess
Yeah.
what? That means one person got to sit out. If my wife don't play, one person got to sit out. So low key, I've been trying to make her play so I can so it'd be 2-on-2. It'd be fair that way.
Yeah.
Or something. Mark can't do Mario Party Mario Kart because you gotta have the other game. I'm like, oh my god, I only can do 4 on that. It's so hard, but I would love to play more games. Right now, me and my son, me and my oldest, he want to play Gears. Was it Gears 3? No, 5. I think
Here's
5.
5. 5 is the
Yeah,
dark one.
yeah. Okay, we was doing co-op, but then somehow it didn't save, so we ain't played since, and it's been like 3 months. I ain't felt like it because I'm mad. I got to start all the way over.
Right.
I get that.
So I'm like, man, but just stuff like that. I wish we could do more. And then plus, they get to arguing because they want to play, or
Yeah.
somebody get mad because they get a star stolen and now they don't want to play. So now the controller just sitting there. So I'm like, so I can't play with y'all, man. Y'all sore losers. But
Yeah.
I'm also over there, ha ha, I win. Give me that star and your coins. Who got the most stars? You. Go ahead, let me take that. You got the most coins. See, at least I'm fair, but I'm a
Yeah.
rough fair. I'm a
Yeah.
rough
Right.
fair. I'm smashing you. I'm not letting you win. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah.
You gotta beat me. Because I ain't nobody ever let me win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
know
ain't
my
good,
dad.
you ain't good. You know what I'm saying? To write a passage is like how I like to think of it.
I
Yeah.
think for me, like, I think it might sound bad, but I feel like I need to like hug and kiss my kids more. But the way I like
Mm.
show affection is like us doing stuff. We love play Just Dance. We play Just Dance together. We play games together. We watch stuff together. Like they use me for a jungle gym, but like I feel like I need to like hug them more and tell them like
Mm.
I love them more. Of course, like I say it, but it's like I need to like instill that in them. Like hug and kiss you more, do it all the time. Just I feel like I need to do that more.
I
Yeah.
think that can depend
Hey, we a
because
hugging family over here. We
okay,
hugging, kissing on the forehead. You know what I'm saying? All night. We give hugs before sleep, before they go to
See,
sleep.
and see,
And
I
then
do
they
the hug
wake
and kiss
up.
before sleep, but I feel like I need to do it more. But like the way we show affection, like at least for like me and my girls, it's like we do stuff together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's and it's funny. Me and my wife was actually talking about that today because she shows everything. She hugs and kisses them all the time, but she don't necessarily
Mm.
play with them all the time. Well, I'm the
Gotcha.
opposite. I'm the one who play with them all the time versus not hugging and stuff all the time.
and that's the thing. I think that I mean everybody has love languages, of course, but
Yeah. I was just saying.
I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing unless it's something that you feel like your kids need and you're not giving it to them. But if you don't feel like they're missing that, then I don't think it's an issue because I know that for me, like I could probably count on my hands how many times I heard my dad say he loved me,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my mama
never
too.
questioned it. Like
Yeah.
I'd never questioned it because he showed me that every day of my life.
yeah,
And
Right.
there was no point where I was ever worried about it or like it was very clear to me, but I never heard him say the words. Or
Mm.
I did, but like not often.
yeah,
Right.
And I never needed to.
Yeah.
And my love language is not necessarily words of affirmation, but again, like through being with me every day, I saw it. And so I don't think that, I mean, yes, it could be something that you could do more, but I don't think that your girls are worried about it or have any questions about whether or not that's the case. Like
See,
you are there for them every single day.
but then it's one of those things like when they get older, they're like, oh, like you just said, like you kind of how many times like your dad hugged you. Like I don't know if it's going to affect them when they get older. Like, oh yeah, my dad didn't really hug me because like my wife has a conversation with me all the time. Like I don't even know how many times my mom used to hug me. Like, and I was like, oh, I need to make sure I'm making an effort to do that more because I don't know how it's going to affect them as adults. So I think that's what it is from my point. It's like I don't know how it's going to affect them.
Yeah, I can understand that just from a dad to a daughter, because you're basically, when they get in a relationship in the future, unfortunately, a lot of that stuff kind of, the
Yeah.
relationship they have with you can kind of fall down to the future relationship. So I get that point, but I agree with Spencer. Like maybe it's you ask them what they want. I'm probably your oldest. The youngest ain't going. Like,
No.
oh, the youngest gonna be like, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She just existing.
yeah. But the
Because
oldest
No,
might
I
be able to
think.
tell you what exactly she kind of likes more.
I mean, I'm be honest, you probably should because for some reason, like my little sister really believes that that my mama doesn't love her for the fact that my mama, she gives nothing but tough love. That's
Mm,
it. You don't get the squishy love. She only gives tough. And so
yeah,
like hugs and saying I love you, like and that unfortunately it affected my little sister pretty heavy, even though my mom wasn't trying to. But
mm,
also my little sister is also spoiled too, so she don't get her way. Everything is out the window. She burning the house down, straight back.
yeah,
But she used to say that, and I'm just like, you, I'm the oldest, okay? I didn't get any of that. All the stuff that y'all get, I didn't get any of it.
I mean, that's a whole
I
thing
took
too.
maybe one trip. I probably took one trip with my mama that I can remember.
yeah,
Took one trip, but here y'all going to the beach. Y'all done been all over the place, but I ain't been nowhere. So,
yeah,
but I still know that my mama loved me, and because for one, she was taking care of me. She didn't have to. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I could be a black baby with a white family. You know?
right,
Yeah. It's you just said that that's another big thing it's kind of affecting me too. Is like we treat our youngest daughter so different, one, because she's only 5, and
Mm-hmm.
then two is like she's the baby, but like we're so much tougher on our older one that I'm just like, damn, I hope we ain't too tough on her to where she starts to get mad at her sister just because like we're treating her different. But it's
yeah,
just like, but then we're trying to like, you're the oldest. Like you have to set the example. Your sister's only 5. Everything she looks up to you. Everything she knows about life is because of you.
right,
Like, so if she talking crazy to you, it's because you talk crazy to her. If she
yeah,
hits you, it's because you hitting her. So it's like we're trying to teach her like you're the oldest and you have the responsibility. And it's unfortunate, but like that's what it is. And so like I'm like, damn, are we being too tough on Jade?
yeah,
Or we've been too soft on Ryan. I'm just like,
yeah.
it's a
You're being
balance.
too soft on Ryan. As
It's
an oldest child,
but
you're being too
you never
soft.
know.
yeah,
That's
Yeah, you
that's
never
the
it's a
know.
problem
balance.
is you won't
Yeah,
know until it's too late.
I know. That
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sucks
Because
too.
facts.
like I
And
know
that's
that for me, like I'm a hugger, but I don't really come from huggers
yeah,
and I'm fine. Like it wasn't an issue.
same, same. My parents weren't really that, but obviously I knew. Like when I left the house, my mom was one like left the house. She said, "I love you." Dad wasn't like that. That was just like, "Hey, strong dad." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I knew. You know what I mean? But I knew. You know what I mean? Same what Spencer was talking about. But like, yeah, one thing I had to realize, like as a dad, some stuff I'm not gonna know till later on in life. It's gonna suck when I find out there's a consequence, but it just is what it is, right? You can just do the best you can. You're not gonna be perfect,
Right.
Yeah,
but
that's like there's no way to know.
there's no way to know.
Okay.
That's just part of the journey, man. It's part
Man,
of the
Yeah,
journey.
it really is. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I have one
I do
more.
want to. I have one. Yeah, I have one last one too.
Me
Okay.
Go ahead,
too. I
Spencer.
got one more.
Go ahead, Spencer.
What is something that what is something from your own childhood that you wish your kid had or will have or can't have just because of the time period or anything like that? What is something that you miss from your own childhood that your kid won't get to experience probably.
Freedom to not worry. Like, bro, when I was a kid, like I said, I was out in the streets, not caring or anything. Like, I want my kids to have that, but I'm just afraid. I can't do that yet.
Mine's a
Yeah,
little bit more basics. Skating. I love skating. They
yeah,
hate it. Like going to skate land and all that. Hey, that was always fun to me. But I never went to the skate night that we had. I always wanted to. I just didn't. But I
yeah,
love skating, especially with the quads. No rollerblades. Get them out of here. It's all about the quads. You just so smooth on quads. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Feel like, you
Also,
know?
I wish my kids, and because I don't live where the rest of my family lives, I wish my kids had more access to like their cousins and even honestly, even more black people. I mean,
yeah,
my kids go to a predominantly white school, so like they don't get a lot of black interaction. That's another thing that we struggle with.
yeah,
Is like, yeah, I wish they were able to have more of that, kind of like I did.
yeah. I wish, like, I had a typical '90s childhood, bro. Like, my house, my best friend's house was literally at the end of the street. My house is on the front part of the street. I walked there every day. They walked to my house every day. Stayed the night. 90%, like 90% of the summer, I was not at my house.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, and Kim, unfortunately, like with us having a situation where she goes from Texas to Oklahoma, she is not with her friends, like her closest friends during the summer. So she didn't have like a deep bag of friends to where she can be like, oh yeah, they're coming over. You know what I mean? So I wish she had that because I definitely did. Like I had, I'd be all over the neighborhood. My mom would just be like, all right, you got to be home by this time, but I'd be all over the neighborhood.
yeah,
Street lights.
yeah. Street lights.
Yeah,
Yeah, my mom was that. Yeah.
yeah,
Street lights. Be at home right now. I remember one time I didn't make it home in time.
Yeah, it's not
I just
good.
stayed out. I stayed
yeah,
out.
yeah. You might as
Either
well lit it up
way, I'm
first.
gonna get beat. Let's
Yeah,
just finish whatever we doing, whatever game we playing, or hide and seek, tag, whatever, climbing the tree, whatever we was doing, might as well finish because I
yeah.
probably ain't gonna be out tomorrow.
Exactly. You turn yourself in.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you know, that's funny. You say turn yourself in. Yeah,
For me, definitely spending the night.
Oh
Um,
yeah, man.
I was at somebody's house every other weekend.
yeah, me
Yep.
too.
Like I was
Same,
spending the night all the time.
Mhm.
bro. Trying to
And
convince
Spending
your
my bag.
parents, bro. That was a whole that was a
and
science
it's
in
like
itself.
I got to, yeah, like because when I was younger, I had to like create a presentation.
Bro, it
And
was like doing a power. That's how you get your presentation. Got my
yeah,
presentation
oh, my
skills. Like,
presentation skills are tight because
yeah,
of like trying to convince my parents to allow something to happen.
like here's the pros. Here are our
I did a
cons.
PowerPoint for the first time I asked my mom to buy me a smartphone. I did a PowerPoint on why I needed it.
Let
Yeah.
me show you this.
That's funny.
And so yeah, like
But
me and my sister, like we developed presentation skills and
thanks,
negotiating skills from trying to convince mostly my dad to like let stuff happen.
bro.
But yeah, like my wife has already said to me, he ain't spending the night nowhere.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah.
Like as much as I'm like, but my childhood, we're not okay because I get
Yeah.
it because you don't
I
know what happens at other folks' house.
Facts.
And
Nowadays, nah.
and yeah, like thinking about it now, like there were some kids whose houses I didn't need to be at.
Oh, I had no business at a few of them people. They
There were
might
there
be
were a couple,
registered on the registered list, bro.
yeah,
Like,
like there were a couple houses I did not need to go to, and I know that now.
yeah,
But at the time,
Right.
we were just having a good time because we weren't being supervised, so we were
thanks,
Mhm.
just doing whatever we wanted. But to me, I was having a great time,
thanks.
and
Yeah,
so
I'd
like
have to.
Look,
I
what was it?
firmly understand, but like
Yeah,
also it sounded like he's gonna miss that because those were some of the most fun times I had in my youth.
thanks.
But
A big part,
he going to be all right.
a
All
big
right.
part of like
I went from
this.
the. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, like the big part. It was funny. Like I saw somebody. I saw a white dude on his Instagram reel. He was like coming back from a black friend's house, singing a gospel song because he had spent the night. And it hit me, bro. I was dying because, bro, my best friend was a Mexican dude, and named Willis. We called him Macho. And for the PowerPoint, bro, the thing to sell my mom was if he was coming to church the next morning on a Saturday night. If he comes to church, all right, yeah, he
Got
can
to.
roll with us. But if he
Got
not,
to.
nah, he can't. So, bro, that I was dying when I saw that. I was hilarious, bro.
Right, like I done went from the fairgrounds all the way to out west. I can't think of it. I cannot think of what them apartments is called, but West 23rd, way out there on the
Mm,
handlebars of my. I'm probably like 8, 9. I'm
yeah,
with my my uncles, and they probably 15, 16. I'm riding on the handlebars from the fairgrounds all the way to the West 23rd, and that's like a good
That's a good distance.
yeah,
hey. It's
That's a good
like out
distance.
10 miles. Like it's far.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
far on bikes. Mama had no idea. But guess what? We made it back home before the street lights came on, so we was all right.
yeah. Facts. That's funny.
Brennan, you said you had a
So,
question.
My last question, just for you guys who are married. Does your do your kids get jealous of your affection for your wife every now and again?
I don't think so.
Anytime I hug my wife, my son is like, he will try to like split us up and like get in between us. Like he
Yeah,
needs to be in the hug.
that's
And
funny.
my
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
and
I
my
see when my
wife will be
daughter's
like,
younger.
my wife will be like, get the fuck out the way. I'm
Yeah.
trying to hug my husband. And yeah, he'll be like, can I have one? Like he just wants to be involved. But
Yeah,
I don't think that the affection we show each other is the problem for him. It's that he's not a part of it.
Yeah.
gotcha.
That was okay. Yeah, that was my youngest when she was younger too. But now,
Yeah,
yeah, no, they don't now.
yeah, my youngest daughter, she's the if me and my wife's in there, if we hugging, guess what? Here comes another hug. And then guess what? My youngest will see. So then there goes a hug, and then we all just hugging in the kitchen.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
y'all
like,
like the that trolls like it's hug time.
yeah,
yeah, excuse me, back up,
yeah.
please.
That's
But then, of
funny.
course, they're like, this my, I'm always like, this is my daddy. No, this is my dad. It's my daddy first. See, I like that stuff, though. It's just so funny. No, it's my
Yeah,
mama first. But it's great. It's great. I love that time, but not here lately, but definitely in the beginning,
Yeah,
for
Mm,
sure.
yeah.
Especially in the beginning. Oh man, it was real crazy. There was no peace.
yeah,
Telling you that one little instance of the possibility of something of adult time happening. You
right.
know what I'm
Go
saying? They
busting
just
that
so
door.
happen to. Oh my god, I gotta. You know what I'm saying? Got to get that knife. You know what I'm saying? Got that's the for the extra security.
Yeah, man, that's happened. That's definitely happened a few times. Like, oh yeah,
That's
I'm
funny.
about to get some tonight. Boom, baby
Mhm.
crime. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Trying to start over. Hey, no,
I
I'm going to
know.
bed.
Yeah,
Ah, come
I
on.
know. I'm just going to the bathroom then. Uh,
Excuse me. I need 15 to 20.
uh, okay.
Hey, at least we got almost through without it.
We almost
I'm
made
just
it.
glad it wasn't
We
me. I'm just
almost.
glad it wasn't me.
Uh,
That's funny.
Jermaine, we want to thank you for joining us. We
Sure, absolutely.
appreciate you
Hey,
for real.
no
Uh,
problem.
and also it's wonderful to let people hear like Black fathers, talk about their experience and what it is to be a dad. Like I said earlier, like not a lot of people believe that the Black father is still around, and we just here to show them that we still here.
I know.
And
And
I want to mention statistically, black fathers are more involved than any other fathers in the world. So, especially in America. So,
I like that statistic.
And that's the
yeah,
thing, like I know so many good
yeah,
black dads. Like
same.
Well, now I do, but back in the day I didn't.
Yeah, the past
No.
generation, nah.
Yeah, no,
That,
not the
yeah,
past
Right.
generation.
I
Yeah,
want to thank them. I want to thank them because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where I'd be?
that's the
I
yeah,
thing,
wouldn't be
like
raising
I
my kids.
even with me, like a lot of my friends have their dads.
yeah, same.
So like I know,
Hmm.
several people that were raised by a single parent, but I know several people who weren't. So
Mm.
to the point where whenever people were raised by single parents, it was kind of weird to me.
oh, it must be nice, boy. I tell you, it must be nice. Y'all just out here rich and powerful. That's crazy. That is crazy. Must be nice to be happy. Me and Jermaine is over here, got to cry ourselves to sleep. It's cool.
Right. Every night, wondering if
Yeah.
my daddy gonna come pick me up. One time he didn't. Ain't been-
Tough.
I've definitely been there before.
That's tough.
My dad
Bro,
told me he was
we
gonna buy
get
me a Nintendo. Never
Left the
got it.
cigarettes and
Yeah.
just
right. What time we get out of school? Let's say we get out. Well, we get out of school about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Something like that. I was
Yeah.
at the school till about 9 before he remembered to come and get me. I ain't had no phone, no nothing. I'm just out here at the school stuck.
Looking dumb.
That's not funny, man.
Like, can somebody let me in? I'm thirsty. I need to use the bathroom. I'm about
That's
to kill
hilarious.
myself.
But yeah, thank you, Jermaine. We appreciate it. And I mean, with all that being said, we're never duplicated.
Always appreciate it.
and forever melanated.